I'm not a hero. The heroes are still over there pushing up daisies. They're the ones that got killed. The real heroes are the rest of us that made it back are just survivors. And we are proud of the fact that we had a hand in giving justice to the world, and particularly to the United States.
Like thousands of his fellow Americans, Jake McNiece joined the military when the United States entered World War II in 1941. The Oklahoman's Jim Beckel reports McNiece, then 23 years old, learned he could receive extra pay, $50, if he volunteered to be a paratrooper in the Army's airborne units. 2 years later, McNiece made his first combat and his only nighttime combat jump, along with 50,000 other paratroopers descending upon the fields of Normandy in northern France. It was part of the Allied forces' D-Day invasion on June 6, 1944.
The danger of the mission there was increased when we landed about 8 miles from our objective and had to cross through 8 miles of water that ran all the way from ankle deep on up to over your head.
McNiece and his team landed behind enemy lines and had orders to destroy 2 bridges and secure a 3rd bridge. The high-risk mission would prevent the German army from resupplying their troops, who were in fortified positions along Utah Beach.
If we hadn't been successful in our mission, they could have supplied the coastal defense that they had set up, and that could have perhaps reversed the entire war. For that reason, you wanted to be so successful that you would pay the price, even with your life, if you had to.
Jim Beckel reports McNiece's team had a reputation. They were known for their lack of respect of officers and adherence to military rules and procedures. McNiece said his team was comprised of misfits, and he was the lead misfit. Other paratroopers nicknamed the group the Filthy 13. And there was a reason for that name. They didn't keep their uniforms clean or pressed, and didn't keep their shoes or boots shined. McNiece said his team's reputation became famous among the troops because, quote, "we didn't use any military courtesy." And he wasn't big on saluting either. But looking back on his rogue ways, McNiece says he has no regrets.
It makes you feel very proud and very humble to think that there is someone who recognizes the good that came out of the war and not just the terrible things alone that was a result of it.
Only 2 of the original Filthy 13 are still living. McNiece said of the men who accompanied him on that D-Day mission, only 4 completed it. 3 were captured, and the others were killed in battle.
I was in Bastogne there and a couple of 3 years ago, and people grouped around me and wanted me to autograph books and pictures and handkerchiefs and articles of clothing and so forth. And when they thinned down and nearly everybody was gone, a German paratrooper, they call them Fallschirmjägers, and he was dressed in military uniform. In other words, he was on active duty as a German paratrooper. And he said to me, he said, "I noticed that you have 4 stars on your wings." He said, "I didn't know that y'all made but 2 jumps, one in Normandy and one in Holland." And I said, "Well, I made those 2. And I said, then I became a pathfinder. And I said, I jumped in to Bastogne here on December the 23rd. And I said, a little over a month later, on Friday, February the 13th, I jumped in your country, in Prüm, Germany, in the middle of the Siegfried line." And he said, "Well, I want to shake your hand, and I want to thank you for having liberated Germany from the evil government and power that we were under." Said, "Now we are a highly industrialized nation," said, "we are a world power," and said, "people are not afraid to express their opinions." publicly and said, I want to thank you, plus the rest of the American allies, for having liberated my nation.